13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
Another nice looking start to the day, but this week as a whole looks quite rainy. I'll take you through it coming up.
You know, it's a family that's lost a loved one. I don't know, there are no words to describe what they're feeling.
It's been more than 2 years since a Fort Valley State student's death, and now the man accused of killing a nitro gun heads to court. We explain the process that starts today and take a closer look at how we got here. Plus, filling up at the gas station may empty your wallet a little more quickly now. The prices Georgians are seeing at the gas pump and the central Georgia city that is on the most expensive list.
It's Mental Health Monday, and today we're going to be talking about eating disorders. Around 6:46, I'm going to introduce you to experts who have tips for anyone dealing with them.
Well, good morning. You are looking at a beautiful sunrise to start your Monday over downtown Macon. The time is 6:31 on this March the 7th. I'm Caitlin Heck. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend soaking up all the sunshine you could, because Courtney, all that changes this week.
That's right, yes, and we could use the rain, but yeah, after a week like last week, I feel like just a little spoiled to have all of that sunshine. So we'll get all the rain that we could get this week because there's plenty on the way. And then, of course, we'll look ahead to some sunshine as we head into the second half of the 7-day. We'll have all those details in full detail a little bit later in the show. Right now, what do you need to know as you head out the door on this Monday? Yes, I know sometimes it can be a little tough to head out the door, but temperature is quite pleasant. 58 right now in the city of Macon. Area-wide upper 50s and low 60s. We're at 61 in Unadilla, 58 in Warner Robins, 62 in Gordon, 59 in Butler and in Forsyth, and we're at 63 in Dublin, 62 in McRae. We do also have a light breeze starting to build in. As we head through the afternoon, these numbers are going to start to increase. We are going to be quite windy today. Wind gusts upwards of 25 miles per hour will be possible. What's important about this wind direction coming in out of the south, it's going to be very warm today. Ahead of our cold front, we're heading into the low 80s, low to mid 80s. This front could bring us the chance for maybe an isolated severe storm later. I'll time it all out for you. That's in just a few minutes.
During the investigation, enough information was developed that gave us probable cause to obtain an arrest warrant charging DeMarcus Little with malice murder.
Back in 2020, investigators announced a murder charge in the Anitra gun case, and now the man accused of killing the Fort Valley State student will stand trial. Jury selection starts today for Gunn's boyfriend, DeMarcus Little. This comes over 2 years after Gunn's death by strangulation. In February of 2020, Gunn's father drove to Fort Valley from Atlanta to file a missing persons report. 3 days later, searchers found her body in the woods in Crawford County. Investigators first charged Little with criminal damage to property, saying he slashed her tires and threw a brick through her window over a week before she disappeared. They later charged him with malice murder. And this morning, we're taking a closer look at the timeline of the case that ultimately led to this trial. So on February 14th of 2020, Anitra Gunn's father, Christopher, called to wish her a happy Valentine's Day. That same day, she stopped answering the phone, and when police did a courtesy check at her apartment, they did not find anyone there. On the 15th, Christopher Gunn drove down from Atlanta to Fort Valley to file that missing persons report. Law enforcement found her car on Bell Street near her apartment. Then on the 17th, a task force between Fort Valley Police and Peach County Sheriff's Office formed to help with the search. Then on the 18th, 3 days after Anitra Gunn's father filed that missing persons report, the GBI confirmed that a body had been recovered in Crawford County near the Peach-Crawford line. The next day, the Fort Valley Department of Public Safety positively identified the remains as Anitra Gunn's. On the 21st, investigators formally charged DeMarcus Little with malice murder in connection to her death. As we mentioned earlier, jury selection starts today for his trial. Lawyers in the case predict the trial will take about a week. Exactly 1 month ago today, the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office says a man killed his wife, shot his 16-year-old stepson, and set their house on fire before taking his own life. Now we're hearing from the teen who survived the deadly events of February 7th. Russell Graham says around 2:30 that morning, his stepfather, Sunoco Wiggins, broke down the door to get inside. Wiggins and Graham's mother, Shiina, knew each other for 7 years and were married for 3 until Shiina decided she needed to leave. The couple was separated for just 6 days at the time of the apparent murder-suicide. During those days, Wiggins got served a protective order and divorce papers. Although she's not here with him today, Graham says his mother would want him to live his life to the fullest.
My mom would have wanted me to survive, so I'm happy that I could do that for her. I'm trying to make the most out of my life, just in dedication to her.
Right now, Graham is staying with his older brothers. We have a link to resources for anyone dealing with domestic violence at the bottom of this story on 13WMAZ.com. Now to 3 other headlines we're following this morning. A woman died after a crash on I-75 in Houston County over the weekend. Georgia State Patrol says troopers got a call to a crash near mile marker 131 early Saturday morning. They say a truck pulling a horse trailer was going north on I-75 when the driver, 49-year-old Tammy Bradley, lost control, hit a guardrail, and flipped over several times. And a crash in Milledgeville over the weekend left one person in the hospital. Georgia State Patrol says troopers responded to an accident on Highway 49 near Robinson Johnson Road Saturday afternoon. They say the driver of a Toyota Tundra going east crossed the center line and hit a Chevy Silverado head-on in the west lane. Medics flew the Toyota driver to a Macon hospital. As of Saturday, that person was in critical condition. GSP says the driver and passenger in the Chevy had minor injuries. And people are remembering the life of Macon's beloved champion AC Pup. A memorial of gratitude yesterday honored the legacy of the local pet celebrity who died last month at 13 years old. The service happened at Sardis Herd Funeral Center. AC was just a puppy when animal control officer found him nearly frozen to death and took him in. He later became a mascot for the animal welfare group Central Georgia Cares. Yesterday, people came together to give their final thank yous and goodbyes to that beloved dog. Now to your news from across the state. A teen is dead and 2 are recovering after a shooting near the Atlanta Fair. This happened Saturday night about a block away from the fairgrounds. Police say a fight led to the shooting. They did not say if anyone involved had been to the fair, which opened Friday and runs through April 10th. Peachtree Rides, which manages the fair, is taking new steps to keep people safe. A spokesperson for the company says police have expanded their patrolling area with continuous patrols. Peachtree Rides is beefing up its own private security too. They're also requiring everyone under 18 to have an adult with them. Georgia senators want to prevent state agencies and local governments from acquiring COVID-19 vaccines. They voted Friday to ban those requirements until mid-2023. The bill now goes to the House for more debate. The measure currently excludes healthcare facilities that are subject to federal mandates for employees to get vaccinated. And part of an effort to increase parental oversight of schools and regulate what they can teach on racial topics are moving closer to law. The State House voted Friday for a bill to ban the teaching of what some lawmakers label as divisive concepts. They also voted to pass a parental bill of rights, which some say is needed to increase transparency in schools. Both measures go to the Senate now for more debate. Well, your wallet is likely feeling the impact of higher gas prices at the pump. I know mine certainly is. AAA says Georgia drivers are now paying an average of $3.88 a gallon for regular gas. That is 38 cents more than a week ago and $1.30 more than this time last year. A AAA spokesperson says the sharp rise is primarily because of the Ukraine-Russia conflict, which is causing crude oil prices to climb above $100 a barrel. Macon drivers, it's not looking too good for us. AAA says the city is one of the most expensive metro markets in the Peach State at $3.91 a gallon. Well, graduation is still a few months away for some Georgians, but we now know who will speak at one university. Tyler Perry will give the keynote address at Emory's commencement ceremony. During the May 9th event, the actor and director will also get an honorary Doctor of Letters degree. Born and raised in New Orleans, Perry founded the Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta in 2006. That same year, he founded the Perry Foundation, which aims to help economically disadvantaged people improve their quality of life. This morning, we are also looking ahead to election season. The 2022 election year starts to take shape today across the Peach State. Today, candidates begin to qualify for federal, state, and county races. Georgia has statewide races for governor, lieutenant governor, and other statewide posts. Congressional seats statewide and nationwide are up for a vote in November. In Bibb County, people will qualify for the Board of Education, Macon Water Authority, and judges posts. Houston County has elections for 2 county commission seats, 3 school board seats, and a state judges post. For information on how to qualify, you can contact your local Board of Elections. Also today, Warner Robins Council meets with Mayor LaRhonda Patrick, hoping to finally get approval for a Vietnam Veterans Memorial Board. At their most recent meeting, Councilmember Kevin Lashley motioned to table the idea. Councilman Keith Lauritsen agreed. Lashley said more voices will slow the planning and construction of the project. He originally threw his support behind the idea. Lauritsen said he supports the project, but the city has been talking about it for 8 years, and he thought it was already a done deal. Mayor Patrick said she plans to continue putting the new Vietnam Veterans Memorial Board back on the agenda until it is passed. Council meets at 5:30 today. All right, the time is now 5:40. I washed my car on Friday because it desperately needed it. By Saturday morning, wouldn't you know, it was already yellow again from all the pollen.
Yes, the pollen has been so bad. I was telling you, even those Carpenter Bees are back.
Yes.
Y'all, Me and Carpenter Bees, we are not friends. I do not like them. When I first moved here and I saw these giant bees, I was like, what are these? What is this? I don't like this. We don't have these in South Florida. But yeah, Caitlin, you know, we talked about last week how we both really needed to wash our cars. You did. I still did not, knowing that we were going to have a lot of rain this week, though. So that was my excuse. All right, everybody, of course, our rainy and stormy pattern kicks off today. Here's a look at today's storm outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Level 1 out of 5 threat for those of you who are north and west of Macon. Very isolated threat. Really not super sold on our threat at all today, but if we do manage to have a strong to severe storm today, that'd be thanks to gusty wind, upwards of 60 miles per hour in any severe storms. Timing for that between around 7 and 9 o'clock tonight. It's all going to be thanks to this front that's currently pushing into the southeast. Don't see any severe weather along it right now, but there are tornado watches in effect for parts of Kentucky and Tennessee and Mississippi this morning. And that front will move in later today. Again, the timing between around 7 and 9 o'clock. In the meantime, a really nice start to the day. Beautiful glowing sunrise. Does look a little hazy out there this morning. I did check the air quality and it wasn't bad, so just a little bit of a hazy morning. 61 right now in the city of Dublin. A mild start to the day. As you get ready to head out the door, you might not even need the jacket. Now, as we go through the afternoon, we will start to have a couple of things come into play ahead of our front. First, you're going to notice it's going to be very warm today. Wind is surging out of the south, which is helping to give us that very mild morning, but it's also going to start to get quite breezy, and then we'll introduce a rain chance as we head towards 3 o'clock this afternoon. So after lunchtime, closer to the time all of you students will be headed home from school, if you want to bring an umbrella, you can. It'll all be very quick passing showers as we head through the afternoon hours today. Now, as we head into the evening, this is when our front knocks on our door again. We're going to open up that window of opportunity around 7 o'clock for maybe an isolated strong to severe storm. Any severe storms could carry wind gusts upwards of 60. Stronger storms, we're looking at 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. As we head through the overnight, front falls apart, but it is going to stall to our south, and that's going to keep us unsettled this week. We're going to have a low right along this front. That's going to pull in a lot of Gulf moisture come Wednesday. Wednesday might be another day where we'll be watching for potentially an isolated strong to severe storm. We don't have any kind of severe weather outlook right now for it. Storm Prediction Center doesn't have us in any kind of threat, but I think we'll need to be watching Wednesday. Rainy the rest of the week, so you're going to need that umbrella. Do not walk out of the house without it the next few days. Could maybe pick up close to 4 inches of rain in some spots. Definitely some much needed rainfall. We'll cool through the week after a day in the low to mid 80s today. We're back in the 60s Thursday. And then check out Sunday morning. That'll be behind another cold front. That'll put us in the 20s as we wake up Sunday.